Okay. Good evening or afternoon, YouTube and Twitch. This is Harmony Muse back with Final Fantasy XIV. I'm sure y'all had a good laugh at me last night, getting my ass kicked in repeatedly by Dark Souls 3. But today we're back with Final Fantasy XIV. Well, good news and bad news. Good news is, we finally got through all those cutscenes yesterday after a 4.5-hour slog in one go. Bad news is, well, everything that happened in those cutscenes. Anyway, before I get through with started with the main story today for Heavensward, I've got a couple of things I need to do. Namely, my Samurai level 56 quest. So, let's get to it, shall we? And I need to go look for Moma's ego. Lovely. Ah, by the strength of your aura, you have clearly kept at your training. In discharging the duty of a samurai in 2 cities now, you are slowly but surely becoming one in sooth. I hope that our time here will afford you further opportunity to grow. By the way, have you not seen Moma's ego? He hasn't returned since he left us earlier. I worry that he has fallen prey to evil in the course of seeking it out. We should search for him. Let us split up and ask the locals. Surely one of them has seen our friend. That has to be the new Stormblood quest accepted music. So I need to speak with 3 people and Bernadette. Ahead at Lalafell, he's a showmaster, you say? I recall the face of every adventurer who's passed my post, but I've not seen anyone fitting that description. Sorry I couldn't be of help. Where's Oswald? A Lalafell? The fellow dozing off thither is the only one I've seen, I'm afraid. Now, is there anything else I might assist with? Helping you achieve greater intimacy with the elementals, perhaps? Oh, right. Conjurers and elementals. Forgive me my bluntness, but you are not here with an opportunity for profit? Oh, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. Yes, I've seen a Lalafell much like you described. He was in the process of being taken away to the Adder's Nest, though I know not the circumstance. Taken away by the authorities, you say? There must be an explanation. Come, we must go to the addled mess at once. Are they really going to keep that running gag of him fucking up the, the word or the names for things? That's got to be a reference to some anime I haven't ever seen before. Why, yes. As a matter of fact, we did apprehend a Lalafell showmaster by the name of Moma's ego. He was wanted here in Gridania for embezzlement. 'Twas no large amount of coin to be sure, but a crime is a crime, so I took him into custody on sight. However, that custody didn't last long, for the fellow up and fled when our backs were turned. He was last seen heading into the North Shroud, towards Proud Creek, Ixelhel territory. We were presently deliberating whether to dispatch a search party, but in light of the risks, I fear that none will be forthcoming. If this Moma's ego is your friend, perhaps you might consider searching for him yourselves. This bodes ill. Come, we must find Momozigo before he falls foul of those icky souls. That really gets irritating, Musosai. I mean, it's cute, and I'm not going to give you too much shit because, well, you're my master, but good God. Now where is old Momo? Oh, Proud Creek, like they said. Now, while I never really got that far in Final Fantasy VI, well, I can't say that. I didn't like it much when I first played it. I had gotten to Kefka. I do believe I beat it. It's been so long ago, though, that I can't really remember it. Yeah. That was the year 2000, actually. I remember it clearly because I was living in Canada and watching the American election at the time. I shouldn't be fiddle farting around here. That was 3 of them. Let's save Momozigo. Well, anyway, that was when I last beat the game, and really when I last played the game. We saved Momozigo, and he started running. Don't do this, little friend. Excuse me. Hilarious, isn't it? Here I am on a heroic quest to punish criminals with you, but all this time I was a criminal myself. I was organizing a concert at the amphitheater, you see, but the songstress bailed last minute. At that time, I had a huge debt hanging over my head and no way of paying it off. So I ran with the money I'd collected from the advanced ticket sales. I knew it was wrong, and I did it anyway. I am no better than the crooks we've gone after. Will you punish me like you punish them? To betray people's trust and steal from them is a despicable act. Such evil cannot be suffered. Musosai, what did you do? I'm not dead? There, the evil in you is excised. You have committed a crime, 'tis true, but so too have you dedicated yourself to fighting it. From this moment forth, do you swear to be a changed man and fight always for justice? I swear, I swear. I'll never do bad things again. I may not be able to wield a katana, but I'll fight with you nonetheless. You've spent all of your recent earnings, I trust. You would do well to return, or you've not spent all of your recent earnings, I trust. You would do well to return the money you took and beg forgiveness. If you apologize from the heart, I see no reason why the aggrieved would not forgive you your transgressions. So go and make amends, and let us continue our quest. We cannot well succeed without you. Thank you, Musosai. I'll go and repay the money. I apologize this instant. Ha ha ha. If Momozigo aspires to evil, he has much and more work to do. As it stands, he has reformed himself and will make no more mischief. With that, our work here is done. One fewer evil afflicts the... Splat. That little jaunt in the forest should tax me so. There is no overcoming old age. Yet here I am, come to the other side of the world in the twilight of my years. I journeyed here to find a worthy new pupil, and find her I did. But if truth be told, I have one more objective. That is, to track down and punish a fugitive from Hingashi, a disgraced samurai known as Kogarashi. Mark my words, he is the face of true evil, and it is my solemn charge to strike him down. I had the chance to do so before, but I failed. His strength far surpasses mine own. I could not defeat him. Forgive me, I should not burden you with this. Pray dismiss it as but the hollow ramblings of an old man. Come, let us return to the city. Poor fella. Loading. Loading. Long-ass load times. Well, we are in the city again, huh? All is forgiven, and all it took was a bit of money. I can come and go through Gridania as I please again. All debts are settled, then. That is well. Let us move on, to wherever the wind should blow. And the wind blows, it seems, to snow-capped mountains. Momozigo, pray lead us there. Right this way, friends. We're going to Ishgard. Coming to Ishgard. Okay, in order to travel to Ishgard, you must first complete the main scenario quest coming to Ishgard. I love that though. We're going to Ishgard. And I was thinking of of a bit from The Simpsons where Krusty is driving around with a bunch of kids from a summer camp which he had to go rescue because it was a branded summer camp that he was running. It's like, kids, we're going to Tijuana! Well, the reason we're coming to Limsa really quick is I want to go check on my my squadron really quick. Trying to get them groomed up to being able to do the level 20 upgrade quest. Because I need to be able to do that to be ready to get my next rank of Grand Company. Not really all that important, but we wants it precious. Okay, we're down by 16. I could get that from... Okay. We'll come check on him in an hour. But while that's going, let's get back to Ul'dah. and actually get back onto get back onto the main story. And can't forget my queue times. The most unassuming folk can prove to be our greatest allies. That fellow was but a passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation, or any hint of concern for his own safety. Though I can imagine well how a man could feel inspired to risk it all in your presence. Father spoke often of you, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say, this is not at all how I envisioned it. Master Alphino, you must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. So long as you and her are free, we may still yet set things right. Forgive me, Master Tarapin, but Alphino, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. Ha ha ha. Sid, what are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly? Then he is no merchant but an angel in peddler's clothing. But tell us, how do you and your anime hair intend to bear our friends to safety? I hid the Enterprise but a short distance away. All I need is a destination. We must find a place beyond the reach of both the Monitarists and the Crystal Braves. Kurthus. Kurthus will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it. With me and my hair, everyone. No, I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Ul'dah to the Monitarists and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the other city-states, but know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. Frankly, I do not expect it to be much of a challenge. The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and her allies, no matter what the Monitarists claim. Marshal Tarapin, I know not what to say. Now that Father would labor to believe. But enough talk. You must go, Master Alphino. Your ship awaits. Up, up! There's no rest for the righteous! So we've just been flying Total Bastard Airlines. Yep. Do we get to hear Alphanode complain about the cold some more? We should make for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Horschiffant. Mayhap he will know what to do. But yeah, for those who weren't watching, in the previous episode, the Sultana got straight up poisoned. And the people who plotted it blamed us for the killing. And it turns out the Crystal Braves, the small army that Alphino had raised to fight various threats around the continent, were in their pockets. We legitimately got outplayed. Master Alphino told me your tale. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. 'Twould be best if I explained in full. Before the dawn.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault. And 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper.
Not good.
The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert.
Okay.
How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment.
Right.
Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished.
Okay, I think I know what this is supposed to be.
But do not despair. You are not without allies.
I believe this is meant to be a lead-in quest to the main story, the last part of 2.55 here.
You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The falling snows, or some such.
I'm glad that he's being this amiable.
All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton.
Okay.
For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor.
I like this guy.
Agents of Ul'dah will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence.
Okay.
You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind.
All right.
But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions.
We're sort of it. Me and Alphino are it right now.
'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
Okay. Like whom? Speak with the House Forton Guard. Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? Upon proceeding to the intercessory, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside... Okay. In that case, we are going to withdraw and watch these cutscenes. So it looks like the cutscene overload yesterday was not the last of it. And there was about an hour of the damn things yesterday. Tadaru's alive. Holy shit. Alphino? Well, is it really you? I'm so happy that you are... I tried contacting Manfili and the others, but no one would respond. Yeah, they're all dead because they talked instead of running. And then the Crystal Braves, our own people, turned upon us in the marketplace. Flamin told me to run, and so I did. I ran and ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached, but I lost my way, and then... Fortunately, I had observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. And we see the reveal of Lady Yuguri's face. Ah yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle. Pretty, isn't she? Anyway, after Yugiri found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with Urianger. We told him what had happened. He used his magics to weave a glamour around the waking sands. From the outside, our old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently, Urianger started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit. Good thinking, eh? Oh, sorry, where was I? Ah, yes. So we waited there at the Waking Sands, hoping others would come, but no one else did. My people are searching for the other scions even as we speak, but we have met with no success as of yet. I had hoped that you might be able to suggest other places to look. As you should know, the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only Crystal Braves await you there. Be that as it may, we have yet cause to hope, do we not? If the two of you escaped, it is not impossible the others could have done so as well. You may have been forsaken by men and women believed true, but rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate the others and see the scions restored to their rightful place of honor. So this reveal might have been a lead-in that Ul'dah were coming in Heavensward. Okay. So that's when they came in. I've been confused about that point.
Tis all my doing.
Yes, yes, it really is.
I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes. And look what that arrogance has wrought.
Yeah, most of our friends are dead thanks to you.
I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves and even the Scions themselves as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm.
Well, yeah, and it looks like you got outmaneuvered.
But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod.
Indeed.
The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee? Oh, yes. I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos.
And how'd that work for you, buddy?
It was all but a means to feed my own vanity.
Well, there's two things you can do in a situation like this.
Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Sit there and wallow in your own self-pity.
Oh, Alfino.
Or put on your big girl britches, get up, dust yourself off, build a bridge, and get over it.
So, Master Alfino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you?
So is Horstefant basically telling him to sack up?
What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Well, we could stay here moping for the rest of eternity. Or we could go about actually trying to clear our names.
Alphino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight.
Right. Hope is the one thing you always have when everything else is lost.
Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
We few, we happy few, we band of buggered.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon.
Oh, it's Orchefon. Okay. I've been mispronouncing it.
'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians.
Yep. I'm still around, even if the goddess doesn't bless me anymore.
The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity.
Yes, yes it would.
Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
What was that one old 1980s Revenge of the Nerds rebuilding montage music? Something like it, you put one foot in front of the other, put the other foot down. Okay, this song is copyrighted, and realistically I could be dinged for this on YouTube. So we are skipping the credits cutscene. We're doing that for an explicit purpose. The Final Fantasy XIV Materials Usage License explicitly forbids the use of that song.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
Oh my lord, she was working with Lolorito. That scummy son of a bitch. Oh my lord, what did they do to you? Roban. There's La Habrea and Elidibus. Nabrialis is no more. The ardor was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are of one mind. The northern lands, then? The earth is fertile and the seeds well sown. By my will they shall reap salvation unlike any world has known. Unlike any world, they deal with multiple worlds? By his will. By his will. Oh my god. Urianger, I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak and make thine intent known. Urianger, you son of a bitch. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star. Oh, you piece of shit. And yet, my character doesn't know about this in character. So I can still go get the primal quests from him if I hadn't done them yet. Asshole. Yes, yes, it's a very impressive gate. Now, what are we doing with the gate?
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond.
No, no, I don't.
Delusion, despair, death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
So the dragons really have a hate on for Ishgard. I can't help but wonder if the dragons are justified. And the Ishgardians are the ones that are in the wrong, but fighting their, like, great-great-grandfather's battles or something. To preserve the dawn's light, the heroes journeyed north. Their hearts filled with hope and eyes fixed heavensward. Title drop! Oh, that is not cool. Naming the achievement My Left Arm. Now we'll get back into queue. Time has come and Alphino knows what he must do. Now we are officially in Heavensward content. And it's only been 40 minutes of cutscenes, really.
The dawn's light will shine again.
That's a new Alphanode voice actor. Well, rest in peace, original Alphanode actor. They actually make him sound like a teenager now.
So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Ul'dah and set things right.
No, you fucking idiot. Do not go back after everything we almost did. After everybody already died getting us out of there. Good God, no. Don't be an idiot.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Alphino.
And we have a new horse, or Orshfon.
Lord Orshfon.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
I bring tidings. Count Edmont has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortin. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper.
Okay, so we are honorary Ishgardians.
Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
Thank heaven for small blessings.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
Now, here's the thing. We have been essentially in character, I should say. 2.55 came out. Let me actually check when the patches were. Okay. Okay. .55 came out March 31st of 2015. Heavensward came out June 23rd, 2015. So, realistically, in terms of the world, you know, in real time, the characters had essentially been sitting here for 3 months in a nook in Camp Dragonhead.
The Count is a good man and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
My thanks.
To Ishgard, then. Together.
Okay.
There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
That we shall.
Here, here!
And here we have the Heavensward quest accepted music. Speak to Worshipful. I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the Gate of Judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names, and they will allow you to pass. My manservant will be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then. So we got a new city to explore, which means a whole new series of Aetherites to get. Temple Knight Gate Guard. Oh, and there's Marceline. Wards of House Fortholm. Ah, yes, you may pass. Proceed to Ishgard. Yes. Okay, we have a cutscene here. This, I believe... I don't know if this song is copyrighted or not, so I'm going to talk over it.
And so they came, at a friend's behest.
And you finally get some decent clothing, Alphino. It's about damn...
Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came.
Maybe now that you're not half naked with your side showing, you might not be dying of frostbite anymore, Alfie.
Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Helone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church.
Ishgardian Orthodox Church? That don't sound good.
The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses.
Okay.
A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace.
And we have the poor and the dirty stealing food.
Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and her companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood.
That ain't gonna be good.
In the midst of the Dragon Song War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Fortom, Heavensward. So, Count... Oh, so that narration... Title drop. Okay. Now I actually get to experience this content. Fortom Manservant. Greetings, Mistress Baldwin. On behalf of Faust Fortom, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars. If you would all come with me. Just one moment there, buddy. I've got a few things I need to do first. I'm going to do all my attuning before I do a damn thing else. Oh, this is one of those damnable multi-level cities, isn't it? Looks like it's going to be. And while I'm here, I do need to go ahead and stop off and turn in my 56 samurai quest. The Fury's Mercy, the Ark of the Humble. And we have a... Oh! Okay. Now that I'm here, I can actually start doing the unlocks for the various Heavensward classes if I wanted to. The Machinist, which was a ranged DPS with guns and turrets. The Astrologian, which is a healer, which uses the heart of the cards and some Yu-Gi-Oh shit. Or Dark Knights, which are holy knights, but also tanks. How a Dark Knight can be holy, I don't know. But I ain't gonna question it. I need to go deal with Musosai. You are definitely up. Okay. Yet another reason I hate these damn multi-level cities like this. At least they did right by Limsa crap with that, and had both levels of the city being a different map. Such a breathtaking snowscape. Though each of these land's regions may not change much with the seasons, collectively they're no less colorful than Hingashi. Now then, Momozigo and I will set to tracking down injustice in this city. In the meantime, my pupil, see to it that your sword arm remains warm in this frosty clime. My next quest is level 58. Okay. Okay, and the Astrologian quest is what's your sign? And, oh, a Dark Spectacle. That's the Dark Knight quest is. Okay. But this is the first order of business I do. Anytime I get to a new city, I unlock all the Aethernet. Because why not? This much more oh, god damn it. Now, I'm probably going to check... One moment, everyone. I need to take this phone call. I will be right back shortly, everybody. That's something I need to go take care of some business with. I'll be right back. Well, shit. That's upsetting. I was in the process of, because my mother had just woken up, I was helping her get her system set up. Helping her get speakers set up on her laptop because she can't hear people's dialogue very well. And while I was in there, I saw my queue pop. So there's probably some pissed off DPS thinking that I screwed them out of a queue. And they're probably right, and I'm sorry about that, but whoops. But again, I hate to say it. As much as I love streaming for the fun of it, as much as I love doing what I do here, when it comes to things, my mother takes priority. And I'm proud to say that with no shame. Now let me get properly situated here so you can see my ugly ass as well as hear me. Much better. But like I said, what we're doing here... Okay, I gotta know what you got there. The Lost Allegan shield made to look like a Prillin. Susano's longsword made to look like the A-tier Lux. Oh, so you're using the glamour of your stuff. Okay. That's cool. But hey, shit happens. Thank you, Crendo. Thank you. But yeah, I'm kind of feeling like a jackass now. But again, I take no shame in it because I was taking care of my mother. Anywho, doing the thing. Got one last Aetheryte to get, and we've got everything in Ishgard. Wait, you're not letting me go in? Well then how in shit do I get down there? Oh, it's... Oh. Goddamn multi-leveling. If you're gonna do this stuff, do it like they do in Ul'dah. Makes it far less hard to figure out where the fuck I'm going. This was the reason Limsa was put into an upper and a lower. You have attuned yourself to all the Aethernets in Ishgard. The Gates of Judgment are now accessible as an Aetheryte location. And there's Orshpon. The Warrior of Light and her brave companions. Walking the streets at last, what a glorious sight. I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present you to my family home, Fortholm Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends, introductions must be made. And you notice we're actually getting good XP now. Or it would be good XP if I was still level 50, rather than 56.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
My lord?
I hope your journey was not too taxing.
I gotta know who's playing Edmond de Fortholm there. Love that voice.
Viscount Edmond de Fortemps to bid you welcome.
I've heard this person before. I gotta Google this. I gotta know who that is. Stephen Critchlow, it says. What do I know Stephen Critchlow for? Captain Herring on Red Dwarf. Downton Abbey is John Ward. Is Star Wars Old Republic, Witcher 2, Hellzone 3, Overlord 2, Battleforge, Viking Battle for Ishkar. Nothing that I can remember offhand. Okay.
As wards of House Fortemps, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
Mikaka is Sukaka, okay.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Fortemps.
Okay.
The honor is mine, Master Alphino. Consider it an expression of gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Oh, you're giving us gratitude because I actually risked my ass to save your people.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies. Don't you think?
Oh, I agree.
Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Okay.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Right.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city?
Okay.
You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
Alrighty. You can hear them? Good. Then it looks like it was your speakers that was the problem. Level 115 gear. Okay. Tis a shame that I don't need any of it. Because I've got my level 130 on. But this is a good way of giving people a stopgap. I like that idea. Though our friends in House Fortemps have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. It is only proper that we learn about our new home, so that we might become more self-sufficient. It'll take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and the taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. 'Twould seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. I thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall of course do as you suggest. Very good. Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, but I grow forgetful in my dotage. There is something else I must give you ere we part. Their documentation is in order, I trust. Yes, my lord. One moment, gotta check something. Papier, bitte. These documents identify you as wards of House Fortome. Given that our borders remain closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Fortome. But let us hope it shall not come to that. So it's literally a case of papers, please, citizen. Rest assured that we will do our utmost to avoid any suspicion which might compel us to invoke your name. Wilhelmina, Tataru, the city awaits. Let's go! So this is probably the requisite... Oh, here's the city. Here's where you can do this. Here's where you can do this. Here is where this new feature is. Here's where that new feature is. As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you to the Hoplon, from whence we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all other sights pale in comparison, 'tis only right you see it first. Then I shall show you to the Jeweled Crozier, where you may purchase all manner of goods before descending to the Foundation's Aetherite Plaza. If there are no questions... Okay. Hoplon is the old Spartan-style round shield. So they've named their big center square, or rather circle, after a shield. And then they have the Crozier, which is basically a religious official's mace or censer. Basically a big bonky stick that religious people use. They're really laying it on pretty thick here. The Hoplon, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity. It's the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Yeah, they're a theocracy. Begging your pardon, but the statues to the south, are they perchance Thornton's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Alphino. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined with King Thornton to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. So, Thornton the Seventh, I believe, is what they call this, our bishop. So he's a lineage of a king. I'm sorry. I have nothing against faith or religion. I do not believe faith and religion should run politics, because that ends up getting very bad for the people who aren't part of that particular faith. And with there being 12 gods in Eorzean beliefs, well, not counting Hydaelyn herself, and them focusing on one and only one, that's not cool. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there is much you can learn by exploring the pillars, time permitting, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the Jeweled Crozier, I shall introduce you to Mistress Elise, Master of the Markets, and I'm probably horrendously mangling the French pronunciation there, but we've seen that as being something I do quite often, shall we? Don't we? And I was running. I'm going to get so confused and turned around in here that it's going to burn up extra time and it's going to make me angry. I know it already. I notice all the fancy-looking, rich, noble, artsy-fartsy people down here, or up here, and how people looked all poor and destitute down in the lower levels. Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all... She basically demanded her papers. Ah, words of House Fortom. How very interesting. Count Edmund has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we'll have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the custom of foreigners. Should you be uncomfortable? Young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armor, accoutrement, medicine, materials, whatever you desire, it can be found in the Crozier. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. Our next destination is the Aetheryte Plaza Inn Foundation. If everyone is ready... Let's take a quick check of the... Oh, jeweler. So you're going to have rings and shit. Item level 255 rings for level 60s. Not too friggin' shabby. Try Okay. Oh. Crafting mats, low-level ones. And let's see what you have, my pal, my good friend. Disciples of Wargear. I could get level 156 stuff, but why? 5154. Not worth it. Purchase Battlecraft gear level 60. Let's see what your level 60 gear looks like. Copper nickel. And it's 255. I think Shire gear was 260. And let's see what you have for stabby things. Already got a titanium Uchigatana. Oh. 5664. So it does less damage than my Uchigatana, but it's... Ooh. Right, I got the upgrade version. Right. And there's the high steel Tachi, which is... Ooh. 161. 161. That's not too shabby. Just checking the level of gear progression here. So realistically, what I have, you were absolutely right, Fan, and or Crendo rather, since you're on your Steam Twitch name, you were absolutely correct, and I appreciate that. I really like the music here. But then I've always liked the music in this game. It's atmospheric, but it's very good. Like this song gives a feeling of despair but hope. And here we have the Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If you have yet to attune to the Aetheryte, it would be wise to do so now. And we're just going to take the silver. Gonna love hearing them pipe organs. As for our next destination, mayhap we should decide together what else can be found nearby. The Skysteel Manufactory stands to the west. There our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The Holy Stables, where chocobos are trained for war, also lie in that direction. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly, while to the south and east, well, it would be best if you avoided that area. Yeah, that's where the poor people live. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alphino. Hold your nose and... hold your nose when you pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. You misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord but a humble traveler. Oh, come to see the sights, have ye? Take a turn down the hoplon and gawp at the statues? Bah! Well, if you have a mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink of the Forgotten Night, if your nursemaid'll let ye. My humblest apologies, Master Alphino. Pray pay that drunken lout no mind. Oh, but I must. It would do not to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Night for myself. I trust you see the wisdom in this. There are few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events? Then I'm coming too. And you can see, even if it's just the movement of a CGI model, you can see the virtual, oh god damn it, of that manservant. You can tell he is not happy with us going here. Hunt boards. What do we have here? Okay. Oh, so that's okay. So this is when we unlock hunting. Okay. What? Etienne? No, that should be Etienne. That's French for Stephen. Just like Guillaume is French for William. Which is why I hated that motherfucker. White Mamba? Really? Oh, well, you're a white mage, so you're cool. We'll not talk shit about you. And just waiting in queue. Because if I'm literally the last one waiting, I'm not gonna do anything important because... yeah. And again, I apologize to anybody who gets offended by my horrible accents. If that genuinely upsets anybody, please let me know, and I'll try to amend from doing it. But let's be honest, how many times have we seen characters like Riol using a fake-ass accent? Sidurgu? And you've got a little girl with you. Oh. Well, I bet you the quickest way to get things happening will be to talk to somebody. Must say, this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. We've but recently arrived in Ishgard and are eager to acquaint ourselves with her more notable establishments, Master Gibrion. Just Gibrion will do. I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise it'll live up to your expectations, but if it's decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Did I call it or did I call it? And we're waiting on the healer. Come on, healer, hit your button. Come on, buddy. It's not that hard to hit a button and say you're ready to fight. If we have to pop back in queue because of... Oh, there we go. Here we go. Let's hoping it's a good one. Karnhard. Karnhard is fun. It would help if I was actually trying to target something. Oh, control, not shift. Still getting used to this new keyboard. Thought I had my hand on control. No, it's actually one more key down than it was on my old keyboard. No wonder my attack wasn't popping off. We're going through it at a fairly decent clip so far. Okay. We're only small pulling, but that's fine with me. Okay, what do we have here? Big glowy thing. Geronimo! Ow. But it's expected drop, so it didn't kill us. Oh, this thing. Hate this thing. Hate this one. I hope I was doing the right thing. All right. Okay, got out of it. Was worried about dying there for a moment. Well, we killed it. Oh, level 90 stuff. Okay. Again, those things were crafting mats for stopgap crafting back in, or probably for high-end crafter crafting, or crafter gear crafting back in the day. You're doing a big pull. Good, 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 good. I don't really remember this dungeon much. What I do know is that we're going through it fairly well, at least in my opinion. So my nose is just itching so bad. All right. And you're chain pulling. Good tank. Okay. Now you notice I haven't said much about the healer. Remember my message from before. People never notice the healer until the healer's fucked up and somebody's dead. It's a shame because a competent healer is a godsend. In my opinion, good healers are better to find, are also rarer than good tanks. Of course, I could just be me taking tanks for granted having played one. Not quite boss HP, but definitely more HP than something of the even dungeon crash mobs would have. I wish my nose had quit itching. Never itches quite this much when I'm not... Oh... Oh shit. Well, she's dead too. Oh, went down quick. Okay, what do we have for loot? Level 90 Bard Kit. Antique helms. I thought the antiques were turn-ins for good stuff too. I could be wrong. Again, I think that was... Reckless Tomb Raider. Well, I think we just kicked Lara Croft's ass. Shame too. My sister, she was really big into the Tomb Raider games, so kicking Lara Croft, yeah. Palladian Knights, right. As we remember from actually reading the quest for this, or rather as I remember, because I did this again off camera. Together. We have one of my true joys in this game right now in front of us. We have a good tank. One who trusts their healer. One who does large pulls and hasn't let us die throughout this whole thing. I'm definitely giving them the calm. Just wanted him to know that he's getting my attaboy. So this is a bullet hell boss. Oh, 3,600. No kidding. What I mean by bullet hell is there's a genre of game very popular, especially in Japan, but in arcades in general, called the Danmaku, or bullet hell, where the screen is usually filled up with all the damn bullets in the world. And it's as much trying to kill whatever you're fighting as it is trying not to die. Trying not to get hit. I wasn't being hit by any of that. I hadn't been hit by any of the guys. Okay, so I got over 500,000 XP for all of that. And I've got to go check on my... Okay. I got a combo for it. Hell is frozen over. DPS has gotten a commendation. I didn't see a single thing hit me. Okay, so we're going to go look at my look at my barracks, my squadron. So I just got fresh meat joining. Then we'll get back to the better half. Though I suppose I'll probably be needing to cut it soon. What time, how long has it been? Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to cut it soon. All this has taken on damn near 2 hours. Doesn't feel like it's been 2 hours. It's been a ride. Wait, let me see if I have any new titles to use. Let's take a look at you, pal. A Rugadin rogue? You do not look right, buddy. But we'll keep it simple because you got an 83. Missing it by 1 point. We'll go ahead and send you on the Beastman Recon. We'll work on you tomorrow. And back to Foundation. Okay. After dealing with this fella here, down in the broom, I'm gonna call it after that. But yeah, that's what this song seems to make me think about. Despair, but, you know, endurance through hope. Okay. Faster. Gibrion will do. And I'm flattered that you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise it'll live up to your expectations, but if it's decent drink or food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I couldn't help but notice a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Ah, spotted that, did you? Aye, up here you'll find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights, and so forth, dropping in on their way to or from somewhere else. Regulars maybe, but not locals. Folks from the broom, they tend to congregate downstairs, where we offer a menu more suited to their tastes. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits, all quality, mind, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourselves. You speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do they call them the broom, if I may ask? Because it's where... Because when the weather is foul and the broom rolls in thick, the poor sods living at the bottom... Or it's the poor sods living at the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. And it's not just the weather. When the wyverns broke through the wards and started tearing up the city, it was the broom that got the worst of it, and while the pillars enjoy the protection of the high houses and the temple knights. More than a few are still sore about that, mind, which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below, and something sharp in your boot just to be sure. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Alphino, it would be best if we returned to Fortomp Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Miss Tataru, I am afraid that is out of the question. My lord the Count would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such place, least of all a maiden. What are you up to, Tataru? Look around, Alphino. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. With friends like that, I could practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed. But will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please. Do you know how often I looked after the waking sands and the rising stones by myself? If I have a guilt for every unwelcome caller I've driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Chances are, when they're saying that, that's tempting fate there. Your ass is going to end up in jail or shanked. Or I'm going to have to go to trial to cover for your ass. Not that I doubt the lady's lack for fending off unwanted advances, but I'll be damned if anyone's going to lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. That settles it then, Tataru. Wilhelmina and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by Link Pearl if you require assistance. I will! Alright, and now back to the manor. And you notice ain't nobody in town saying shit about me having a little baby dragon following me. Gameplay and story segregation, I suppose. Hey, Drunken Smurf. Hey there. Thank you for watching, buddy. Oh. Welcome, Mistress Baldwin. Shall I show you inside the manor? Why, yes, you should. Tell us then, Master Alphino, does Ishgard meet with your expectations? That which I imagined pales in comparison to the reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took. And when those steps took me past the scars left by the wyverns in Foundation, I understood how easily that history could end in tragedy. The attack was devastating, the casualties unspeakable. The wyverns do not discriminate. Unarmed men, women, even children were given no quarter. Sir Emmerich has ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house has been called upon to lend what support it can. There is much to be done yet, alas. Able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Mayhap I could be of assistance? After all you've done for us, we would welcome any opportunity to repay our kindness. Yep. Nod. That is a most generous offer, Master Alphino. You are a guest in my home, to whom I have extended my hospitality without obligation, let or lien. Nevertheless, Ishgard's need is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good, what would you ask of us? From what I have heard, you are an intelligent and persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove most useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. And as for you, Mistress Baldwin, I could ask for no one better than a storied veteran such as yourself. A woman with capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid our Toriel and Amanalaine in their duties. I beg your pardon. I am more honored than carrying about my duty by myself. I have no need of our honored guest's assistance. Now, be reasonable, brother. What manner of fool would say no when a famous hero offered to do his work? Hold your tongues! By the Fury, the two of you will conduct yourselves with dignity befitting your station, and show Mistress Baldwin the respect she deserves. This is a woman who slew Gaius von Baelsar, and some half-dozen primals besides. She is not here to steal your glory or serve as your errand girl. If you can pardon them their impropriety, Mistress Baldwin, I should be much obliged if you would lend my sons a helping hand. My thanks, Fury willing. They may even learn something from you. It's like, yeah, I can be a lazy bastard. And the other one is, taking help from Gai Jin? What the hell? I'm doing good, Drunken Smurf. Doing pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to be calling the stream for now, because I got other things I got to do. Anyway, thank y'all very much for watching. Like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. This has been Harmony Muse. I will be back sometime around 6, 7 o'clock. Thank you, and have a good evening.